I've dreamed of having a perfect hourglass figure ever since I started belly dancing at 12, but I ended up inheriting my mom's lean genes and got a flat butt instead. So when I finally turned 26 and could actually afford butt lift surgery, I felt like I'd won the lottery. I found the clinic through my belly dancing group chat. Priya, a recent joiner, posted some amazing before and after pictures with a referral code, saying the price was insane for the results. Like any normal person, I looked them up.
Why do you bitches get butt cheek lifts? I don't need them. That shit, ugh. Just, that shit get all mushy and shit after a few years.
Their website was totally slick and professional. Their social media was constantly updated with posts, client success stories, and procedure details.
Yeah, okay.
I checked reviews on 3 different sites and mostly found 4 and 5-star ratings, with only a few complaints that seriously sounded like people hadn't followed the aftercare instructions. I even double-checked the doc's name, and he was totally legit. Once I was satisfied, I booked an appointment. When I showed up, the place looked exactly like the pictures. The floors were spotless. There were framed certificates all over the walls, and a receptionist was right there to help anyone who walked in. She shoved a clipboard at me and told me to fill it out.
Dr. Miller will be here in a sec. Go ahead and get your measurements done.
After I filled out the paperwork, Dr. Miller came out. He walked me through the whole BBL procedure step by step. He covered what to expect after a week, after a month, how the transferred fat actually settles, what's normal for bruising and what isn't. I'd already read enough stuff that I had some real questions, and he answered every single one of them without hesitation. I walked feeling totally reassured, went home, and just counted down the days till the surgery. Dr. Miller was awesome. The surgery itself seemed okay. He really helped calm my nerves too. I woke up sore and wrapped in those compression bandages. A nurse handed me a printout with the aftercare instructions and sent me on my way. The first couple of days were uncomfortable, but I handled it. I stayed in bed, took the pain meds, and followed every single instruction on that sheet. I was being super careful about doing everything right. On the 3rd day, I noticed the faint, sour smell oozing out. I told myself,
you got the beauty in black, bitch. Oh my god, they gave you the beauty in black. They gave you the beauty in black. They put some metal shit in your ass. They put some metal shit in your ass, bitch. That's what your stupid ass get. I'm already knowing that's what you got. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to put a clip up so you get what the fuck I'm talking about.
It was the bandages, maybe the topical ointment.
No,
I changed the dressing the way I'd been shown and tried not to spiral. But on day 4, it was stronger. I pressed gently around the surgical site and felt a warmth that was different from bruising. I called the clinic. Dr. Miller's answer was pleasant and quick. Some odor during healing is completely normal. Continue the aftercare regimen and call back if the pain increases significantly. I asked about the color change I was seeing. Some discoloration is expected with bruising, Mia. Give it a few more days. That's exactly what I did. By day 5, my skin looked weird. Instead of the purple and yellow bruising the doctor had talked about, it was a grayish-brown patch spreading from the center of...
Bitch, they did you so dirty. They did you so fucking dirty. Oh, bitch, they did you dirty. That's what your ass get. Just because you wanted a butt lift. Now you really got a butt lift. You got a butt that no one want to lift. I ain't gonna lie to you, because damn, they gave you herpes. That's herpes right there. That is herpes. That is some herpes. Alright, let me stop playing. That is not herpes, but still.
Where I got the shot, with uneven, almost splotchy edges. It looked like I was rotting from the inside. I snapped a picture and shot it over to the clinic's contact number, saying I was worried and needed them to call me back, but they didn't respond.
Yo, that's a dumbass, bitch. Why would you text him? You's a dumb fuck. Bitch, you should have ran to the hospital. You retarded as shit. You was retarded as fuck. Oh my god, you was dumb as hell. You was about the dumbest bitch I ever met. Word bro. Word bro. Word bro.
I called again and got bounced to voicemail. I left.
They blocked your stupid ass. They blocked your dumb ass. They ran off with your bread, bitch.
A long message explaining how worried I was and begged them to call me ASAP.
They not
But a
calling
whole
you
day
back.
went by,
Bitch, go
and
to
I
the
didn't hear a
hospital.
word.
What are you
I
doing?
even tried the second number on their website.
Bitch, you about the dumbest bitch I ever met. Go to the hospital. Why you still waiting on them niggas to call you back? They're not gonna call you back. They're not gonna call you back. The minute you sent that message, they're not calling you back. They probably been blocked you after you called them the first time. Your ass is a goofy. If this shit's based on a true story, I swear on everything I love, you deserve that. Like, you was a dumbass.
It just kept ringing.
This shit
I
based on
barely
true. This
slept
shit
that
is
night because of
true.
the pain. It was a deep ache that felt like something was building up inside of me with nowhere to go.
Bitch.
By morning, I had a fever and could hardly move. The smell got so bad that I moved to the couch and threw open every window in the apartment. My sister drove me to the hospital. The ER doctor who examined me called in a colleague. They stepped near the door and spoke in low voices for a few minutes while I lay on the table staring at the ceiling. When they came back, their faces were pale. The substance injected during your procedure was not medical-grade filler. It was cooking oil. I heard the words and I knew what each one meant. It still took a second for them to actually connect and make sense to me. He broke down exactly what cooking oil does inside your body, how the tissue freaks out when it can't break down some foreign crap, and how that's when the tissue starts dying. He kept repeating the words, necrosis. We've started the treatment, but the final result will really depend on how fast we can fix the damage that's already there. I asked him if parts of me were dying. He didn't deny it. I've had 2 surgeries since that day, and there probably will be a third. The people who ran that clinic took the deposits, dissolved the business, and disappeared. My lawyer says cases like these are hard to prosecute because the entities vanish before there's anything solid to attach to. So, right now...
That's what your stupid ass get. I ain't gonna lie to you. Why would you... Then you stayed there, like, you can't be this slow. Like, you cannot be this slow. You waited days for a response. You should have went to the hospital. The minute they didn't pick up your first or second phone call, bitch, you should have been dialing 911. I want to report a crime. The fuck were you doing? Dumb shit.
Nobody has been held accountable for what they put inside my body.
That's your stupid ass again.
I think about the group chat constantly, about the referral code, the person who posted those before and after photos, and whether they knew about the methods. And I think about how many other women clicked that same link, sat in the same clean waiting room, signed those same forms, and went home waiting for a call that was never going to come. I was one of them. The only difference is, I'm still here to talk about it.
That shit's crazy.
I matched with Connor on Tinder. He was 30-ish, sold car parts for a living, and played violin when he wasn't working. Our chats were decent, so when he asked to meet up in person, I didn't hesitate. We decided to meet downtown at this popular Italian restaurant. He was already sitting when I got there, but the moment he saw me, his face changed color. Damn, you're flat as a surfboard.
Now, he wanted some thickness. Hey, brother, I don't blame you, nigga. I love me some thickness. I think we all love some thick shit. Let's just be honest. Baby. Baby. I love you. Mwah. But we all love some thick shit, yo. Like, where the bro? Where the bro?
Yelled it loud enough for heads to turn. He got up, saying he had shown up hoping for a woman and had gotten a plank of wood instead. A group of teen girls giggled across our table. I flushed and tried standing my ground, but Connor grabbed his wine glass, dumped it onto my face, and stormed out. I ran home crying.
That was a little bit rude. That was really rude.
Losing my mind over the embarrassment. By morning, I promised myself I'd fix my butt no matter what. I couldn't afford a lifting surgery. I was fresh out of uni and barely made enough to stay afloat, but I looked anyway. I checked out financing options, clinics in other states, and those medical tourism packages, but all of it was way out of my league. With each passing day, I was going crazy desperate. I hated looking at myself in the mirror. A few weeks later, I was scrolling through my Instagram when a sponsored ad popped up in my feed. It had one of those before and after snaps that looked legit.
They about to get a triple gangbang. They finna get all three of these motherfuckers. Y'all all went to the same motherfucking doctor?
The caption mentioned making good care available to everyone. The doctor's name wasn't anywhere on the page, but it mentioned their number. I dialed it and a guy answered. He said he was Dr. Joseph, and he was a registered cosmetic surgeon. He asked me a few questions and quoted a surprisingly low price for my case. He said he ran a private practice from his home and could see me this coming Thursday. The house was on the city's outskirts, on a long block with wide gaps between properties. I sat.
You gonna go to this nigga's house. You're gonna go to this nigga's house. To get a BBL done. And you don't find that shit sketchy. You got everything you deserve. I'm just letting you know this. Like, word to bro. Word to the camera. I'm letting every one of you motherfuckers know. If you really did this shit in real life, you got what you deserve. Like, bro, what?
In the driveway a few minutes before entering. A man who appeared to be in his mid-40s.
Bruh, look at this nigga.
Opened the door, donning a medical coat over his regular overalls. His glasses were thick, and his hair was wild and curly. He introduced himself as Dr. Joseph and led me to his consultation room. It was only a plain room with a desk and a couple of chairs. He started asking basic questions about my history and what I was looking to get. I told him everything I thought was necessary. "You'll be the belle of the ball after this, Julia." He smiled, showing off his uneven yellow teeth. His breath smelled like old garbage and gross spit. The smell was everywhere. I turned my head away so I won't actually throw up. Suddenly, my eyes landed on a few faint red spots on the carpet near the door.
That's his own victims, bitch.
I started getting a bad feeling. I looked him up and down. His coat, which I thought looked clean when he opened the door, had brownish dried up stains too. I gulped. My heart started beating wildly in my chest. I told him I needed to use the bathroom. He pointed me down the hallway. I walked slowly, trying to observe the layout. Once I hit the bathroom, I splashed some cold water on my wrists and told myself I was freaking out over nothing. People hold practices in their houses. The weird smell was
Bitch, you're dumb.
Probably the building itself. Suddenly, a heavy thud echoed from down the hallway. Right after, the rooting smell got so hard it made my eyes water and the back of my throat burn. I opened the door and headed straight for the front door, but Joseph was already in the hallway, holding a clipboard. "Just a consent form before we continue." He grinned.
What was that sound?
I whispered, backing away. A cold dread seized me. "Oh, That was just the material for your butt, Julia. He shrugged. Don't worry, it's fresh.
Material?
Yeah, freshly dug. Tony was buried just 2 days ago. We'll just sever the torso and stitch what's left of him to you. It'll be a perfect fit. My stomach dropped. I bolted down the hallway, the only other direction available, thinking there had to be a back door or a window. But he was faster. He caught my arm before I made it 3 steps and spun me hard into the wall. My shoulder took the impact, and I bit through the inside of my cheek. I've been waiting a long time for someone patient enough to stay. He snickered, fisting my hair and slamming it against the wall. My head spun, and blood oozed from the side of my head. I screamed and struggled, but he was too strong. He started dragging me by the hair towards the consultation room. I could see the gray toe tips of Tony. I had to do something quick. I reached for his hair and tugged the hardest I could before I drove my knee into his groin.
So the balls, nigga, you got hit in the nutsack. You got hit with your 2 front parts up. You got hit right there, cuz. How that shit feel, you pervert?
Joseph doubled forward. I shoved him sideways into the wall and ran out of the house. I could hear him behind me. He was trying to get closer. I grabbed a vase from the hallway and swung it backward without turning around. I felt it connect, and he went down hard, but I didn't look. I dashed out of the front door, got to my car, and drove to the nearest police station. My hands were shaking so badly I had to pull over twice before I reached the main road. I got Joseph on the floor, passed out. He confessed to snatching bodies for the cemetery and doing fake surgeries. He wasn't any kind of plastic surgeon. He was just some dude who always wanted to be a doctor but never made it happen. All the victims they found had answered that same ad. They were all young women who wanted to look pretty after being humiliated. They said I was lucky I survived. I know that, and I'm grateful. It doesn't stop me from worrying about those who weren't or wouldn't. Because there are still tons of Julia scrolling through their feeds, looking for a cheap way to stop feeling like a flat board. And they are desperate enough to try by any means.
Don't get no butt lift. That's simple. It's that simple.
I saw the BBL ad at 2 in the morning.
Bitch, you look like Michael Jackson. And he was white.
My wedding was only 3 months away, and honestly, the thought of having a perfect, round, bouncy butt instead of my flat one for the wedding and honeymoon pictures was way too tempting to pass up. My fiancé Maxwell had brought it up once as a joke. He was out of town on a business trip and wouldn't be back for another 2 weeks. I figured I'd surprise him. I clicked the link to get more details and found it was a limited time deal, promising a certified surgeon and real results.
First of all, if it's a deal on something that is knowingly known to be expensive, you should already know. Sounds fishy. Why believe it? I don't know. You're white and y'all call black people suspicious, but that don't sound suspicious to you? I don't know what will.
The before and after pics looked
And
legit.
you believe in that
The video
shit.
testimonials were great too. Those women sounded totally natural and spoke specifically, not like they were reading off a script. The comments section was blowing up with people tagging their friends.
Oh my
I
God.
saved the thing, told myself I'd really check it out in the morning. 3 days later, I went ahead and booked a consultation. The building was on a street I knew, which was a plus. The lobby was clean. There was a directory on the wall, and the elevator took me up to a standard hallway. The office itself wasn't fancy or anything, but it was neat and organized. The doctor who saw me...
This the doctor, y'all. He's finna be surgically removing the ass cheeks apart and putting some shit up in them. Some dirty shit. And then blocking her ass and running off. That shit is hilarious to me that you motherfuckers really believe this shit.
Was super chill and took his time. He walked me through the whole fat transfer process, how long recovery would take, the compression stuff I'd need, and what the results would realistically look like at different points. He took notes and asked about my medical history. When I asked about the price, he immediately explained that some brand was covering the difference. Near the end of the consultation, he brought up a cancellation. One of our other clients suddenly came down with a fever. Her afternoon slot is open, and we've already got everything prepped and the anesthesiologist is here. If you want to jump on it right now, we can give you a better deal. The digit he quoted was pretty tempting, but I was still on the fence. He must have noticed my hesitation because he quickly added that he totally got it if I needed more time, but the number he threw out for a same-day spot was so low that I ended up agreeing. He gave me something to chill out before the procedure, and
You're a dumbass. You're genuinely a dumbass. Who the fuck else do you know gonna give you the first day deal? That don't make sense, does it? First day deal. You was trying to be cheap, bitch. That's why the fuck you took that offer. He's finna give you everything you're asking for. Go ahead, doctor. Give it to her.
told me to hop on the table. I remember staring at the ceiling, thinking about texting Lucy, my sister, before I totally pass out. When I woke up, I had no clue what time it was. Something felt off about the room, even before I was totally awake. It was pitch dark and quiet, with no beeps or machine sounds. I was cladded in a thin blanket on a bed with
Your ass got everything you asked for. Just letting you know.
a metal frame, and a door looked bolted. To my left hung equipment that had no business being there in a butt-lifting surgery. I tried searching for my phone in my pocket, but couldn't find it. I somehow pushed myself up onto one elbow, wanting to call out to someone. Suddenly, my eyes landed on the shelves in the corner, lined with glass jars filled with a dark liquid. Something was floating inside. I squinted and gasped. Tens of human organs were harvested there. I could see kidney, a liver section, and other things I didn't have words for. All of them were labeled in marker on pieces of white tape. The room tilted. I grabbed the bed frame and held on. This was not a cosmetic surgery unit. These guys were harvesting organs and selling them, and I had walked in through the front door, signed a consent form, and let one of them put a needle in my arm. My heart started pounding, and my head buzzed. I could hear faint voices
They about to give you everything you deserve, bitch. Because this is like, why would you believe them?
in the hallway. In a few minutes, they'd be here. I got to my feet.
Bitch,
my
you better
legs
run.
were unsteady and the room swam.
Bitch,
but I
you ain't
made
got time
myself
to think.
stand.
You better run.
I looked at the door, the shelves, and the jars. I searched for anything I could use.
You
There was a
moving
metal
too
tray
slow.
on the table beside the bed with instruments laid out on it. I grabbed a scissor and hid it behind my back, right as the door opened.
He already.
Good. You're up. We'll get started here in a second. The doctor came in with that same friendly look he had during the consultation. He saw I was awake, but didn't seem bothered at all.
Get away!
He rolled his eyes and started filling up a syringe. It'll be real quick, I promise. He whistled as he started coming closer. I backed away, gripping the scissors hard. Just as he caught my wrist, I stabbed the scissors into his shoulder and charged at the door before he could get
Good
his
job,
footing back.
bitch.
He screamed and tried grabbing my
Bitch,
arm,
you better
but I
cut his
twisted
ass
hard
again.
until his grip slipped and got through the gap into the hallway. I could hear footsteps coming from
Oh,
everywhere. There were more of them. The hallway felt never-ending, and it was badly lit. Closed doors kept running down both sides. From behind one of them, I could hear faint knocking, like whoever was doing it had been at it for a long time. I wanted to stop and to be clear about that, but I couldn't. He was already in the
Oh my
hallway
God.
behind me. I ran all the way to the far end, through a fire door, into a stairwell, and out onto the street.
Good
I sat
job,
down on the
bitch.
pavement because my legs stopped working. A few passers-by stopped and called emergency services. They stayed with me until the cops arrived. The
Did they get
police
away?
got there fast. Someone had already called in a tip about the building. They'd seen the same ad, done some digging, and flagged it before I ever walked through the doors. Officers were already on their way when I came out. They found 4 other women inside. I was the only one who got out on her own. I think about that more than anything else. I know there was nothing I could have done in that hallway with them chasing me, but it doesn't stop the overthinking. The case is ongoing. I've been told not to discuss details publicly. I'll still warn the others to keep them from making the same mistakes I did, though. Don't trust everything you see on the internet, especially the offers that seem too good to be true, because all it takes is one mistake to cost you your peace of mind, sanity, and sometimes organs, or even life.
Damn, yo. Well, that's going to be the end of the video right here. If you guys like this reaction video, be sure to put the panties off. And like, comment, subscribe, share with your folks, share with your friends. I'm KTY, the youngest baby, and I'm out, baby. Peace.
No tears, long road, baby. It's more than love, baby, I'm baby. Second guessing my feelings, being yours, baby. I ain't worried or talking, I want action, baby. Touch me, face me.